Good morning. It's Tuesday, August 13th. Here's what we're working on. It is not safe to swim right now at a number of beaches in the GTHA because of high bacteria levels and blue-green algae.
A third person has died in a listeria outbreak connected to plant-based milks.
And Disney reveals a huge lineup of new attractions.
Did you write that story?
No, I did not, but I have a high interest in that story.
Do you?
Yes,
Interesting.
yes, I did not write it.
Oh, my mom says morning. So there you go.
Morning, Mary Lou.
Good morning, Mary Lou. Yeah. Hey, Brian.
Hey, morning.
Hi.
What's going on today? Well, yeah, again today a chance of a shower. I don't know whether either of you had that shower that went through yesterday afternoon.
It looked like in the afternoon there were just dark clouds hanging around, and then nothing.
Nothing?
Just hanging out?
They were hanging around over me, I think.
Nope. Well,
wherever I went.
Of course, as the dark cloud went over and it decided to rain, I was halfway through the lawn. Like, come on. Give me a break.
Were you
here.
out there going like this?
That's right. That was me on the lawnmower. Hey, you, come on, give me a break here. So yeah, we did have a little shower yesterday, and again today there is a chance of a little shower passing through later on this afternoon. But we should see a fair bit of sunshine. We are going to, not that we have at the moment, a fairly sunny start. It's still dark outside. Come on.
Very dark outside.
Yeah, it is. 6:23 is sunrise this morning, and the temperature right now is 14. But we will see some sunshine to start the day. And then there is that slim chance of a shower later on. But we should hit 25 today, a couple of degrees better than yesterday. Humidex around 29. So getting a little more humid as the day progresses. So we'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes. Looking at traffic this morning, 403 Waterdown Road. Well, that's normal volume. That's the way it looks this time of morning. No problems in the highways, no problems in Hamilton at the moment. To our MTO traffic cameras, we'll just show you a couple. Centennial Parkway is doing pretty well. Top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, Toronto-bound lanes coming towards us. Busy, but moving fine. So we'll look at weather and traffic as usual in a few minutes. Right now, the news.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, a woman found dead in a Hamilton apartment last week was the victim of a murder-suicide. Hamilton police say 77-year-old Barbara Church was stabbed in her Ottawa Street North apartment last Thursday before her killer barricaded himself in the unit and died of suicide. They say 51-year-old Derek Emmons had lived in the unit across the hall from Church, but the two didn't know each other. Now, a third person, Emmons' roommate, was taken to hospital where he died on Saturday.
He went missing on August 3rd. Homicide unit has been aware of that. There was an autopsy conducted on the weekend with regards to that male. And after the autopsy, it's been determined that he had no injuries inflicted upon him by anybody else. And right now that is cause of death is pending toxicology. So we do not believe at this time it's suspicious or related.
Hamilton detectives are looking for a motive in the first two deaths in the apartment building near the corner of Ottawa Street and Main.
Well, a missing laptop could help solve the death of a Niagara woman. Back in April, 62-year-old Kathy Prostje was found dead in her home in Smithville. So she lived near Linden Street and Alma Drive. Niagara Regional Police have not said how she died, just that their homicide unit is investigating. They're asking anyone who may have had contact with Prostje before April 26 to come forward. They're also looking for her computer, which may have been thrown out, traded, sold, or taken to a pawn shop. It's a 14-inch silver Hewlett-Packard Elite 840 G9 notebook. Now, police have released the laptop's serial number. We have it on our website, so head to chch.com for that.
A Hamilton tire shop needs repairs after a two-vehicle crash. Two cars collided in front of Cal Tire on Main Street East yesterday afternoon between Ottawa Street and Kenilworth Avenue in Hamilton. One of the cars hit a hydrant and a utility pole, breaking a window at the store. There's no word on the cause of the crash or any injuries.
Well, a number of beaches in Hamilton, Halton, and Niagara regions have been deemed unsafe to swim due to high bacteria levels and blue-green algae. Simone Gavros joins us live from Pier 4 in Hamilton this morning. Is that where you are?
Yeah, Tim, I'm here at Pier 4 in Hamilton, and this water specifically does have toxic blue algae in it. But just last week or so, the beaches in Halton there, those ones were deemed safe, and now they've been deemed unsafe because of those high toxic levels of bacteria as well as blue algae. But here specifically, I've been talking to some people this morning, and they tell me that they've been increasingly concerned with the levels of algae in the water here, and because of that, the beaches have been closed since July 4th of this year. But one viewer sent in these photos of the beach water at Bayfront Park, just around the corner from here. He says that the smell there is, quote, vile. Now, the algae in the water typically does give off a smelly odor as it dies and decays, especially along the shoreline. It forms in shallow, warm, and slow-moving water, according to the city. It can almost look like green pea soup, but can also present as yellow, purple, red, or brown. Now, the beach here closed over a month earlier compared to last year and the year before that. In 2023, Hamilton's beach monitoring report says that blue algae or blue-green algae was found August 29th, and then data shows that the beach was closed for 6 days because of this and 21 days due to E. coli. And then in 2022, the beach closed on August 10th because of the algae. Now, people and pets are to avoid all contact with the water. Ingesting or touching the toxins can lead to skin irritations, sore throat, and eyes, as well as nausea and vomiting. Now, the city says that the safety of Hamilton's drinking water is not affected by this toxic blue-green algae here, but I have reached out to a number of experts this morning to get more reaction on how this can affect people and any toxic levels if it is ingested or touched. I'll be talking to more people here this morning for further reaction. But for now, something's back over to you, Annette.
Okay, thanks very much, Simone. A third person has died in a listeria outbreak linked to recalled plant-based milks. The Public Health Agency of Canada says there are now 20 confirmed cases of listeriosis in Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, and Alberta. The recall involves Silk brand oat milk, almond milk, coconut milk, almond coconut milk, and almond cashew, as well as Great Value brand almond milk. All of them have best before dates up to and including October 4th, and all have the numbers 7825 in the product code. The contamination originated on a production line at a third-party packaging facility in Pickering used by Danone Canada. One of two moose at the Toronto Zoo has died. The zoo says 11-year-old Trilly was euthanized after several months of decline. She was very thin and had arthritis in several joints. The moose was 11 years old, which the zoo says is, quote, beyond the average life expectancy of a moose in human care. Well, the sexual assault case involving 5 former members of Canada's World Junior Hockey team is due back in court today in London. This is to set a trial date for Dylan Dubé, Carter Hart, Michael McLeod, Cal Foote, and Alec Formanton. 2 of the 5 players have signed contracts with teams in the Continental Hockey League, the KHL, which is based in Russia, Belarus, Kazakhstan, and China. The league says Dubé is currently under contract with Dynamo Minsk, a team based in Belarus, until the end of May of next year, while McLeod has signed a 1-year deal with Astana Baris in Kazakhstan. The 5 players were charged with sexual assault in connection with an alleged assault at a London, Ontario hotel in June of 2018 after a gala that celebrated the team's gold medal win.
Okay, let's get into Sportsline on this Tuesday. And although it's maybe the first day that we don't have any Olympic highlights yesterday, but we had the closing ceremonies. We're going to hear from some of them that returned home yesterday. But now that the Olympics are in the rearview mirror, our focus shifts to the other major sports, like the Toronto Maple Leafs, who will be making a big announcement tomorrow as Austin Matthews will be named the 26th captain of the original 6 franchise, the first American to ever wear the C. The club will officially announce it at a press conference tomorrow to hand the reins to the 3-time Rocket Richard scoring champ, who's coming off a 69-goal campaign last season. This means John Tavares, he's going to be losing his captaincy, which he has held for the past 5 seasons, and he is entering into his final year of his 7-year, $77 million contract. More to come on that. But for the Jays, it was a newbie leading the way in La La Land last night.
Schneider wants to see consistency from this 26-year-old. Guys?
Thank you very much, Hazel. And how about swinging at the first pitch and comes up with a big league hit, his first at bat.
That worked out pretty good. What a start to the big leagues for Will Wagner, who came over in the UC Kikuchi deal with Houston at the trade deadline. Wagner, whose dad is former big leaguer pitcher Billy Wagner, hits a double in his first at bat. The Jays were in LA to face the Angels. Was far from done, driving in his first big league RBI in his next at bat. He actually had a third hit. Started 3 for 4. Not the only good news is Leo Jimenez cranks his first big league home run, the third. Adding a great outing by Bowden Francis, and the Buffalo Bisons led the Jays to a 4-2 win over the Angels to start their season. All three of them have spent a lot of time with the Bisons this year. Kevin Gausman on the mound in Game 2 tonight.
She's a champion once again. Jessica Pegula repeats at the National Bank Open.
Yeah, New York University in the National Bank Open. Buffalo's Jessica Pegula becomes the first ever repeat champ of our National Tennis Open. She won last year's title in Montreal and took down fellow American Amanda Anisimova in 3 sets to pick up her 6th career title. Now 17-2 all time in Canada. Her grandparents actually, they hail from Toronto and Montreal respectively, making it that much more special. Her parents, well, they own the Buffalo Bills and Buffalo Sabres. In Montreal, it was Australians Alexei Poprin's shocking 6th rank Andrei Rublev in straight sets in the final of the Men's National Bank Open. It was his first ever ATP Masters win. 62nd ranked player in the world will improve his ranking to number 23. Secured a spot in the U.S. Open that starts in a couple of weeks. And finally, our Canadian Olympic heroes touched down in Toronto yesterday after a very successful and memorable run at the Paris Games. 27 medals and 9 golds were both national records for a 9-boycotted Summer Games, and it was led by 17-year-old swimmer Summer McIntosh, who shared the role of the closing ceremony flag bearer after swimming to 3 golds and 4 medals overall.
Fully home and fully can kind of get settled down and just hang out with my friends and family and enjoy all of this. I still don't think it's second that I got a medal, my first Olympic medal. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just kind of trying to take it one step at a time, but hopefully it does sink in because I think realizing that would be pretty incredible. I'm heading up back to my cottage like I did before I went back for flag bearer with a bunch more of my friends. We're just going to chill out and sit by the lake and kind of relax and kind of decompress and take our mind off things. And what's nice about being up at my cottage is we actually usually don't go on our phones that much, which is really hard for us teenagers to do sometimes. So yeah, that's definitely going to be nice.
Did she go swimming at the cottage, you think? She said, I don't want to see any water.
It's like work. It's like us watching television.
So, totally. But she was at the cottage last week and then got the call that she was a flag bearer and then flew back to Paris. So well deserved. Good stuff there. Over to you, Brian.
All right, thank you, Tim. 13 minutes after the hour here on the button, actually. So let's start. Oh, hey, it's getting lighter. Sun's not up yet, but it is getting later. 403 Waterdown Road. Traffic, first of all, no problems there. No problems in the Hamilton area. To our MTO traffic cameras, and we'll start in St. Catharines at the 406. Nice dry road conditions. Wide open road there. Nothing going on. Centennial Parkway looks good. Here's a look at the QEW Fairview. So Toronto-bound lanes heading away from us, dipping into east of Royal Windsor. And also to Cawthra. All looks good this morning so far. So, yeah, let's get into our forecast for the day. We do have, well, the sun's not up. 6:23 is sunrise, so, but I'm still now extrapolating as to what's going to happen for the day today. So we'll see a mainly sunny sky this morning. 14 degrees right now, winds are light, relative humidity is high this morning. The air quality index, the risk this morning, is in the low category and will be this afternoon, so no problems there. Ridge of high pressure. That's what's going to give us the sunshine this morning. Now, there is just a little bit of instability with that high relative humidity in the atmosphere. We could get a shower later on, but tomorrow, high pressure means sunshine. So a lovely day tomorrow. The problem is going to be that to the west of us. As you can see, that frontal boundary, that's going to bring us showers, it looks like, as we head toward the weekend. Today, temperatures a bit better than yesterday, 25, 26. We got to 23 yesterday. But there's that sun-cloud mix and then chance of a shower. Tonight will be clear to partly cloudy. Temperatures, well, depending on where you are, warm for Niagara, 21. Otherwise, 13, 14 to 17 degrees. around the rest of the horseshoe. And then tomorrow, temperatures warmer still, 27, 28 degrees. Beautiful sunshine tomorrow. Lovely clear skies. Enjoy the sun. Humidex tomorrow about 32, so in the low 30s for tomorrow. So stepping out the door, 13th morning of August. It's mainly sunny. It is on the cool side. It's below seasonal. Temperature right now, 14. Long range coming up. Annette, Tim.
Okay, let's look at the long range for Chit Chat with Emily Vukovic.
Hi, good morning. We're talking Disney and lots of it. Disney has revealed about $60 million worth of new attraction between their many parks. And Miley Cyrus is the youngest Disney legend. We will discuss what that's
a huge honor. They announced a whole bunch of Disney legends, which normally it's like every few years they'll do like one or two. But
I didn't even know Disney legends existed.
Oh, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
How do you get to the legendary status? I guess we'll discuss in Chit Chat, will we?
We shall chat. And we're going to discuss Jimmy Kimmel and how he is not hosting the Oscars.
Okay.
Right. We'll see you at the couch in a bit. All
right. Coming up after the break in business news, the Ontario government is investing $500,000 for social services in Flamborough-Glanbrook. $6.18 on your Tuesday morning, and our dollar is up a couple of basis points, trading at 72.81 cents U.S. Gold is down nearly $4. Crude oil has lost 24 cents to $79.82 U.S. a barrel. Checking midday trading in Europe, markets are down in London, up a little bit though in Frankfurt and Paris.
Off to Asia we go. Markets are up across the board in Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. What about North American markets? They kicked off the trading week with some gains on Bay Street for the TSX, some triple-digit losses for the Dow Jones, slight gains for the NASDAQ. Let's see how they do when the trading week on this Tuesday, August the 13th, opens a little bit later this morning.
Well, the Ontario government is spending more than $500,000 to upgrade 3 child and social service agencies in Flamborough and Glanbrook. It's part of a larger $21 million boost to renew shelter and support services. The funding includes $77,000 for Choices Association, $197,000 for Rigel Supports for Community Living, and $230,000 for the Good Shepherd Centre.
A Goodyear tire plant in Napanee, Ontario will get a more than $575 million upgrade to produce electric vehicle and all-terrain tires. Goodyear Canada says the expansion and modernization of the plant also aims to get the plant to net zero emissions by 2040. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Premier Doug Ford, they were on hand for yesterday's announcement in Napanee. The project is getting financial support from both levels of government. Project is expected to create 200 new jobs by 2027.
Canada's 2 main railways are still at a standstill with their workers when it comes to contract negotiations. Canadian National Railway and Canadian Pacific Kansas City both warn they will lock out employees on August 22nd unless a deal is reached. And that could threaten to disrupt supply chains across Canada. The Teamsters Canada Rail Conference, which represents 9,300 employees, says Canadian Pacific Kansas City wants to, quote, gut the collective agreement of all safety critical fatigue provisions. But the railway says its latest offer addresses scheduling and wages, while CN's proposal promises predictable schedules, days off, and better pay.
Royal Bank's former CFO is suing the bank for almost $50 million over claims of wrongful dismissal. RBC announced in April it had fired Nadine On after an internal review found evidence that she was in an undisclosed close personal relationship with another employee who received preferential treatment. On's lawsuit denies providing preferential treatment to her colleague, instead saying RBC's decision to fire her was tainted by gender-based stereotypes about friendships between women and men. An RBC spokeswoman says in a statement, the facts are very clear that there was a significant breach of the bank's code of conduct.
Okay, going to take a quick break right now. Brian is back with traffic and your 7-day forecast right after this.
Good Good morning, 624. Sun is finally up, and we'll talk about the forecast in a sec. First of all, it's traffic. Looking at the QEW and Highway 405, absolutely nothing to see there. Looks really good. Top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge is a little bit on the slow side. It's busy, but it's moving okay. No problems at Bronte through Oakville. Sheraton through Mississauga looks good. The 403 south of the 401. No problems are on the roads this morning, so take it carefully, please. We do have the sun. We do have a temperature right now. It's just dropped to 13 degrees. Usually happens before sunrise. That's what we're looking at right now for Hamilton. 15 Mississauga, 16 Grimsby, 18 for Toronto. Seasonal temperatures for an overnight low, 15 degrees. So Hamilton a little bit below seasonal, and 25 for the daytime high. Now those are our sun times. 6:23 is sunrise, and it goes down at 8:24. And those are our records for today. When your pals gotta go. So let's get going here. Out for your walk this morning. Mainly sunny skies, light winds. Temperature right now, as I said, below seasonal, sitting at 13. So today, 25 degrees, lovely temperature, bit of a humidex, about 29 is what it'll feel like, but there's that slim chance of a shower later this afternoon. 14 overnight tonight, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, gorgeous day, 27, feeling like 32 in the sun. And then the clouds start to roll in. Increasing clouds on Thursday and 28, showers 27 Friday, and then the temperature comes down. Looks like showers for Saturday and Sunday. It's your forecast. And that, Tim.
I have a lot of questions about this dog that he has on every day. It kind of doesn't really walk, doesn't run, it just kind of floats.
It kind of like,
yeah, it just kind of
like
floats
this,
along the
goes
sidewalk
off to
there.
the hydrant.
Okay. From floating dogs to lions, and a pair of lions at the Oregon Zoo. They've discovered a hidden camera placed in their habitat by zoo staff. This has to be good.
Mm-hmm. So the camera was meant to capture their natural behavior, but they quickly found it, and then they started playing around with it. So they pawed at the camera, they carried it around, even yawned directly, open wide there, into the lens. Oh, hello, nice teeth. These lions are part of the Species Survival Plan. It's a program that helps support socially stable groups and ensures a healthy, diverse lion population. I love this.
Didn't we have a feel-good time with a GoPro that somebody lost at the bear? That's right, Katie.
Oh, yes.
The bear found it and then ate it.
What's this?
Ate it, and you saw all in there, and then you just kind of left it, and Buddy ended up finding this GoPro, and he had all this footage of this bear.
That's right, because it had been pooped out.
Okay, thanks for going there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's what everybody needs. Right?
Yes.
What? Eating your breakfast.
Morning. We'll have more stories just like that coming up on your Tuesday.
I don't think we have any more poop stories.
No more poop stories.
No.
Okay. No more.